Morning, y'all. I have been doing my research on dating, okay, and I have come to the conclusion that it sucks. It's hard. And reasons why are very unclear. But what we're gonna go with for now is that men, not all, I know not all of you, most men are either, and this is quotes from my TikTok comments, annoyed or intimidated by a woman who is successful, aka pays bills, lives on her own, and like takes care of herself. So, what I wanted to say is that I'm done. I'm done dating. Whatever happens, happens. Do not slide in my DMs because literally there is no winning. Some men are gonna be like, no, we want that. We want you to be independent, on your own and blah, 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 and successful. That's fine. I, for one, have given up. And I think it's a really good place to be at this point in my life. For all of you that are like, yeah, you should work on yourself. Bitch, I have been. I've been in therapy for the last 4 months. And I love my therapist. And I love the way I'm looking at life. But I tried to date. And baby, we're done. What I'm gonna do from here on out is chill. Like I have been doing for the last 2 years, so nothing new. I actually enjoy my life and myself. I just really don't think there's pleasing anyone these days, right? I'm just gonna keep doing my thing, as you should be doing yours. If someone comes around that wants to better my life and I can better theirs, like, dope. But I'm done. I'm done. That's what I gotta say about that. There ain't no winning, ladies and gentlemen. We are at a standstill from here on out. Until, I don't know, you tell me. But I don't give a fuck. And I hope this helps.
So I'm a 31-year-old male who recently decided to pull back from dating, and I wanted to share just some things for those other people dating in their 30s and male, female, everyone in between, and maybe some of you can relate to this experience, and maybe it can be hopefully, positive and uplifting, because it doesn't have to be this scary thing. So I reached a point toward the end of last year where I just felt super burnt out and exhausted. I felt like for however long, I've been putting myself out there consistently, and I'm not someone for those who know me, they laugh because I don't like small talk. So going on dates is so draining, and I try to go deep pretty quick, and I try to, especially with someone who's trying to date with intention, the conversations aren't about the weather. They are very substantive combos, and they've all been really good over the years, but it just got to a point where I feel like I was putting myself out there and I was exhausted. I didn't have it in me anymore. And even if I came across something that was really good or potentially just had a lot of just potential, I just didn't have it in me. The energy and the output that I know the other person deserves was not there. And I knew I was just completely burnt out. And I feel towards the end of last year, my body was it just shut down. Got sick, run down, mentally exhausted. I'd be at yoga and yin class and just feel panic and all these voices in my head. Everything in my life was telling me to slow down and to just pause and to take a step back. And I never really had done that. I would do it for a week or two, or maybe a couple weeks, but then I'd feel this urge to want to put myself out there again. Maybe that was the season of life that I was in, but I think, it got to a point where I was no more. I need to blow this all up, burn the ships, pull myself out completely. And I'm honestly really glad I did. I hit a really, really low point. It was very dark. I had some dark thoughts and some dark nights, and it wasn't good. But let me tell you, since deciding to consciously delete all the apps, I was only on Hinge, but delete the app, pull out completely, and just get it out of my psyche. The mornings for me, I wake up, I feel refreshed. I feel like a weight is off of me. When I think about my weekends, I'm like, oh my God, I like don't have to think about plans with other people. Like I can just do what I want to do. I can be with my dog, I can be with my friends. And I think it just, yeah, it's like, it's fun to take back the reins of your life. And I think for people that are scared that they're not going to find somebody, and then that if they get off the apps, that's like their best chance of meeting someone, like, let me tell you that there's nothing more powerful than taking a step back and feeling in alignment. Because I think like I was like in misalignment when I was, especially towards the end of the dating. Like I just something wasn't clicking. And I think it's because I wasn't, it's so cliche, but like I wasn't dating myself. I wasn't taking the time to fall in love with myself. And I wasn't filling my cup with things that bring me joy, that make me feel powerful and alive. And since I've completely pulled out, I've rearranged my priorities. And I feel like I'm stepping into this power, this authentic thing that feels like every day I'm not waking up and I'm like my priorities feel mismatched. Like I'm waking up and my priorities feel like they're in alignment. And I feel like what better way to meet somebody real and authentic than when you're on the path and this trajectory of your real and authentic self, and you're doing things that you love to do. For me, it's like yoga, it's music, it's, you know, being outside, going for drives, going to the grocery store, going, like walking my dog, like all these things, like being with my friends, going out to dinner. Like if I'm gonna meet somebody, let me do it in alignment with the life trajectory that I'm building for myself, and versus like an artificial thing. And I think being on this break from dating has really exposed that for me. It's like, oh, let me get my freedom back of mind and body, and let me take back control, and let me start to build the character and the type of person that I want to become. And if I meet someone, great. If I don't, I'm gonna date myself, and I'm going to like soak in all that this incredible life has to offer and be present. It sounds simple, but I'm telling you, if you're on the cusp and like you've been deleting the apps and you've been re-downloading the apps, like please give it like a month and you will thank me. Come back to this and thank me, because I guarantee you will feel at peace and you will feel excited to pursue yourself. So I just want to leave you with that. I just felt like compelled to share, because I feel like lately I feel like I have this pep in my step, because I feel alive again. I feel like I'm excited about my life again and where I could go. And so I just wanted to share person to person, as if we're FaceTiming, as friends, because you guys are my internet friends, to start dating yourself. And yeah, have a lovely almost start to a new month too. What a great time to start a new challenge for yourself, and kind of hold yourself accountable and start to build something new. So cheers.
I've had a realization, and that realization is I don't want a partner. I don't want to be in a relationship. What brought me to this realization, it was critically thinking about the fact that in order to get into a relationship, in order to find a partner, I will continuously have to give up my very limited free evenings to go on dates, to talk with strangers and answer the same questions over and over, and unpack all of the same stories that created this version of myself. They can just go to my TikTok and learn everything they need to know. Like, I don't want to answer all of those questions. I am in my hustle and do whatever the fuck I want to do whenever the fuck I want to do it era, okay? I don't have time. I don't have time or the emotional capacity to help somebody else realize their worth and like fall in love. Oh my God, I am so sick of all of it. I'm just gonna keep doing my thing. I'm gonna go to yoga. I'm gonna hang out with my girlfriends. I'm gonna sit on the couch and eat bean-laden food and not be anxious about the gas that it's gonna give me later because I live alone. I can rip ass whenever I want. You know? I don't have to worry about like being gross. Like, grow up. Grow up. Okay? I am perfectly happy in my own little world. So anybody that wanted to date me, sucks to suck. I am staying single with no interest in partnership. Mwah. Have a great day.
I'm so fucking tired of being disappointed by men. I'm so fucking tired of getting hurt. I'm so fucking tired of men lying and then calling it honesty. I'm so tired of men pretending like they want to be in a relationship with you and literally pretend and act like they are in a relationship with you just for them to turn around weeks later and say they don't want a relationship with you. So what the fuck were you doing the entire time? Were we playing pretend? How old are we? I thought we stopped playing pretend when we turned like 9. Why are we still doing it? Why are you a little boy in a man's body? Why have you not matured yet? Why do I have to be disappointed and feel like a fool every fucking time? I'm so tired, because from what I've also learned about guys is that they know right away. They know pretty early on if they see it with you or they don't, and they're not going to waste their fucking time if they don't see it, right? And I'm not talking about like just keeping you around, kind of breadcrumbing you just to like be able to get into your pants so that, you know, you go out on a night out so that they can text you at 2 a.m. and you come over. I'm just saying, like, I've gone through enough, I've been through enough that like I know the difference. I can usually spot the difference. I'm talking about guys that are coming over, cooking me dinner, hanging out multiple times a week, going on dates, paying for things. I'm meeting their friends, they're meeting my friends. Like, very much dating, right? So you can do all of the long-term relationship-y things with me, but then turn around and say you don't see the long-term relationship with me. Everyone's like, oh my God, Lindsay, how do you deal with heartache? How do you deal with like getting rejected and getting your feelings hurt? I like don't handle it well, but the more it happens, the better I become at just like fucking letting it go. I used to always turn it around and be like, okay, well, what happened? And why me? And what did I do wrong? And why didn't he like me? Now, there's no rhyme or reason. I've literally learned that it is nothing to do with me. And that's not to say I'm perfect. That's not to say that, like, you know, everyone has to like me. But it doesn't matter, honestly, what they tell me. It doesn't make it any better. So asking them, like, what went wrong, save yourself the fucking time. Save yourself the text message. Save yourself. They're gonna lie. You're never gonna get the real truth. Sucks to get excited about someone and to really put your time and energy and for it to be reciprocated and for it to be going well and then for it to be taken away from you without you understanding and without getting any type of like good reason. Because most likely it has nothing to do with you. Because honestly, I think he could see a long-term relationship with me because he wouldn't have done all that shit if he couldn't have. And it's something that he needs to deal with within himself. Either one, he's not ready for a long-term relationship, period. Not because it's with you, with anyone. And maybe you were the first girl that he actually started to see and feel a long-term relationship with. And he panicked. He freaked out. He had put his foot in the water and he panicked and got cold feet and basically blamed it on you. When in reality, he might have some unhealed trauma, isn't over his ex-girlfriend, is stressed out. Like, you never fucking know, but most of the time, the guy is not going to take the responsibility or take the time to probably self-reflect and deep dive into why he can't see a relationship with you when you guys get along like a house on fire, and he probably won't find someone that he gets along better with in a while. And maybe he'll figure it out later and, you know, and be like, oh shit, I probably shouldn't have done that. But by that point, it's going to be too fucking late. So I can sit here and boo-hoo and be upset and, you know, and try to hope that he figures out what he lost, or just understand that the person that you're meant to be with won't fucking, like, let you go and will realize how special the person in front of them is and won't do shit like this.
When men say they're done with dating, that doesn't mean they're done with relationships. It doesn't mean they're giving up on starting families. It doesn't mean anything like that. It just means they're done with dating, okay? And I think a lot of them have a hard time verbalizing this, so that's what I'm going to try to do in this video. Now, there's a little bit of an unwritten rule that men are starting to understand about dating, and you've probably heard people say this in the past. If not, you're going to hear it now, but the only winning move is to not play. You know, in regards to dating, the only winning move is to not play. That's what men are starting to realize. Again, like I said, relationships are fine. Families, fine. Dating, not good. Let me explain why. And this is the part that a lot of people have a hard time verbalizing. This is the dating experience for a man who's actually dating. It could be with your wife, it could be with your girlfriend, it could be a woman that you just met, you know, somebody on Tinder that you're taking out on a first date, whatever. Typically, you have to find a nice little venue to go to. You know, you might just go to dinner, but typically you want to go out and have a good time. So you find a nice venue with good music that you like. You pick her up, you drive to the venue, you park, you know, you pay her $10 to park or whatever, and then you walk to the front door and you wait in line. It's not the greatest experience, but you do what you have to do. Then finally you get to the door. And when you get to the door, there's some 7-foot monster roided up standing there, and he looks at your girl and he says, "You're good." And he throws her a compliment, compliments her looks a little bit. You know, "You're good, looking good tonight. You can go in." And then he looks at you, the man, and he says, "That'll be $20 for you, dirtbag." Maybe it's not that harsh. You know, sometimes it's not that harsh. Sometimes it's even more harsh than that. But I'm not talking about the words here. It's the action. And the action is she gets in free, and the man has to pay $20 to get in, $25, sometimes higher, to get in. Now, everybody knows this is true. They have ladies' night, and you know, things like this happen. And we've just grown to expect it. This is the norm. But every man knows when he's at the front door and his girl can go in for free, and he just has this cuckoning moment, you know, this humiliating moment where it's like, she can go in, but I'm so unwanted here that I have to pay. And that's the way the system is set up. That's the way the dating market is set up. Men are not wanted there. Okay, just like this venue. Why do they have this set up? Because women are wanted there. Men are not wanted there. So they put a paywall there to prevent at least broke men from coming in. And by the way, they don't want alphas in there. They don't want charismatic chads in there. They don't want pickup artists in there. No, they want guys in there that will spend their money, guys that will fork out their cash. So they want a bunch of women. They'll fill the place to maximum capacity with women, and they'll let a few guys in, you know, a few suckers in to come in and blow all their money. And men finally started to wake up. You know, they finally started to understand that they go out there and they're not wanted. It has literally nothing to do with women. Okay, it's not all these people that are trying to make it a man versus woman thing. That's stupid.
I said I was done on the dating apps, and I thought I was, and then I got sad and I re-downloaded them, and now I'm going to tell you a story that is causing me to delete them again because I've come to my senses. So I matched with somebody, we were talking for a few days. It was fine. It was cool. One of the few people where I was like, all right, we'll see what happens. And yesterday, he asked me if I had plans on Friday night. And I said yes, because I do. And I said, well, how about Saturday? I'm off on Saturday. And he said that we had opposite schedules and he has plans on Saturday night. And I said, okay, what about Sunday? And he responded something along the lines of like, you know, I might be free Sunday night. Or like, there's a possibility I'll be free Sunday night. And I thought about it. And finally I sent a message back that I thought was very cordial and kind of like, no pressure. But I sent one back saying, okay, well, I like concrete plans. So why don't you let me know when you're free and we will see if the timing aligns, Sunday or afterwards. I thought that was fine because I'm not a last minute plans girly, and I need to know that something's happening. I'm not going to keep my Sunday night open for a tentative plan, and I don't expect you to do that either. So either you're free or you're not, we're doing something or we're not. Easy. And I woke up this morning and I had been unmatched. I don't understand. I don't understand.
Dude, I am so fucking sick of men in my comment section I'm never dating again. Women hurt me. All they want is money. I'm so fucking sick of it, dude. I block them. I straight up block them every single time. Out of the dating pool. Don't let the door hit your ass on the way out. Nobody cares. This is Willie why men just aren't dating right now. I understand that a couple years ago, before the red pill stuff, women needed to be humbled. There was people like Karen from HR, and she wanted to only exclusively be with like an NFL player. I understand that, but women got humbled, and the playing field went like this, and they've been being humbled for a while. Men do the exact same shit, though. Let me explain. I literally have men DM me, and they'll talk to themselves in my DMs, and then they're at the end of it, I just done with the dating pool. I saw you talk about how you went on a date and you didn't like them. I'm done with dating. I'm a good guy, you won't respond. Meanwhile, it's a 60-year-old potato, dude. Of course I'm not gonna fucking respond. Go find another 60-year-old potato. Why can't anybody look in the mirror and think, I look like this, they can look like that, and then that's you know what I mean? That's what you can attract. I'm very cognizant of what I can attract and what's out of my league. Fucking figure it out. I made some comment the other day in my video about choosing the wrong men. I'm just being silly because I'm single right now. And literally men in the comment section are like, well, I really can understand why you're single. It's probably because you're just not choosing the good guys. Every man I've ever dated treated me very, very nicely, okay? That is a demand, okay? You don't know anything about me whatsoever. The only reason why these men are saying that type of shit in my comment section and in my DMs is because they're mad that I won't go on a date with them. That's what it is. I don't think I'm hot shit, okay? I think I'm really cool. I'm not ugly, okay? I have a juicy ass. But potatoes, dude. Potatoes are mad. Why are you mad as a potato, dude? That's insane. That's insane. I guarantee you these potatoes are not getting ignored by other potatoes. It's men and women are doing the same thing. The same thing that you're complaining about women doing, you're doing. I swear you're doing it because I'm watching it with my own fucking eyeballs. Oh, just women only want they only want the NBA players. Men are doing the exact same thing, dude. I'm not saying women aren't doing it because I've seen it with my own fucking eyeballs. I've seen it and it sucks and I've talked about it a million times, but men are doing it too. Men are doing it too. Men are doing it too. Anyway, shut up. Shut up about it. Just shut up. If you're gonna not date, hey. Cool. Hey, oh man. Oh, you're not gonna date anymore? Oh man. That's me. That's me whenever you comment that. Oh man.
After another man wasted my time during a talking stage, I honestly don't know if I want to do it anymore. I don't want to do it anymore. I give up. I'm not doing another talking stage. I am done dating. That's why I don't be telling my mom or my friends anymore about any of these little situations, because it's like I could go on a couple dates and then they could ask me about it the next week and I'll be like, who? Oh yeah, we stopped talking already. Like, no, that was a doozy. A doozy. It's really not easy out here because you will go on a date with a guy and maybe it'll go great. Maybe the second date will go great. But then by the third date, he'll either say something or stop trying to take you out, give you sketchy vibes. I am good on all that. Thank you very much. Next. I literally have a picture of exactly what I want, the exact kind of man I want. It has nothing to do with what he looks like. I could literally transfer, like Build-A-Bear, the little qualities that I want in a man and put it in literally anyone and I would probably fall in love with him. Why we just have to keep trying. I mean, literally by like the 500th guy. And I will be waiting until that. Otherwise, I will be alone. Happily alone.